Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Oliver and today we are talking about something very, very exciting. We are talking about Generation Loss, a horror project put on by Ranboo Live, one of my personal favorite Twitch streamers and content creators. And there's a lot to cover. This series, while it has not even technically started yet, is already packed full of details, characters, lore. I figured, why not make a video covering everything we know so far? Let's go all the way back to the very first video on the Generation Loss YouTube page, T_1. In this video, it shows a TV in a room that flashes through the words, "Don't hide, don't escape, don't talk, don't conform, don't hesitate," followed by "Learn the history, find the founder," and it crosses out "find the founder" to say "kill the founder." That was the very first video ever shown to us of Generation Loss, and as any first video is, it is very, very cryptic. Now we move on to what is technically the third video on the Generation Loss channel. We are not counting the trailer because there is no lore in the trailer, just saying that it is a thing, that it is happening. So let's go into T_2, titled The Inauguration. This is where things start to get a little more interesting. This video turned out to be a chain of choose-your-own-adventure type questions, similar to Markiplier's videos, Heist and In Space with Markiplier. The inauguration opens with a static TV screen and massive text speaking to us. It starts with, "Welcome, you have our attention," then moves on to slightly more sinister, "Please ensure you are alone. There are precautions in place. The inauguration is necessary. Prove your worth. Please remain emotional." And then it switches to a purple logo screen with the Generation Loss 4 logo and says, "Act upon first impulse." And this is where things got a little strange. It gives us a multiple choice screen, cats or dogs, and in that screen are two clickable YouTube links, cats or dogs. Now, both choices lead to the same video that says, "Good choice. You understand what this is. Next evaluation. Which is best, power or wisdom?" If you chose the power route, you get a red glitchy screen that says, "Wisdom becomes power. Your input is no longer wanted." And what follows is a zooming out of the screen to show the TV this was on, and on it flash the words, "Try again. You were not supposed to fail. Think harder. Do you not understand? Keep going. Who even are you? Think different. Do you think it is just a game? This is not fun. You are never alone. Go back. Now think different." But if you chose the wisdom option, it says, "Impressive. Wisdom is vital. Which will prevail? Life or death?" If you chose life, it tells you, Optimism makes one naive. Your input is no longer wanted," and sends you through the try again sequence again. However, if you chose death, it says, "Interesting. Let's test that." And it shows you a person with a blanked out face tied to a chair, and they are very clearly struggling. It gives you the option you or them. And if you chose you, it says, "Noble yet foolish, your input is no longer wanted," and once again sends you through the try again sequence. However, if you chose them, they struggle and then die. Which, morbid, sure. I'm not exactly sure what they're testing us with, because clearly the right answer was to kill the person. I don't know what they're looking for in us, but it clearly isn't good. Then they send you through the question, "Did you make sure that you were alone? Yes or no?" If you chose no, that you didn't make sure you were alone, it says, "You should have," and sends you through the try again sequence. If you chose the yes option, it says, "Good. One final request. Don't look away," and then sends you to a logo screen with very ominous sounding music. Then says, "Congratulations." Right after the congratulations scene is small text on the screen that says, "Your failures are not forgotten." Now, the first time I was researching into the Generation Loss lore, the first time I went through this, I did not catch this, but today, as I was reviewing the notes and rewriting some of the notes, I came across, in the description box of the congratulations video, a link to another video that is simply titled "?", and it gives you this video. "You have no idea how deep the rabbit hole goes. Countless outcomes, a uniform fate. Never stop watching, never stop exploring. Anything will happen." What struck me as odd about this message is that it says anything will happen. That sentence is usually said as anything could happen, but they chose the word will specifically. Anything will happen. The next important video was connecting, and it starts out with this like dramatic music and a grainy video of a cassette tape. On that cassette tape were written 3 letters, TSE, along with the Generation Loss 4. Now, TSE, I'm 98% sure stands for the social experiments, because that is what the title of this series is. And then it gives us a very distinct 3 chimes, which I will play here. Those 3 chimes come into play as they are recognized as part of a media production studio that comes into play in a future video. And it's basically hinting at what comes later. The static then stops, and it gives you a recording that says, if you have any information on these individuals, don't hesitate to call. We thank you for your cooperation during this time, and then it gets cut off. And that's where the video ends. But in binary code in the description box of that video was the words "from one to another," which hinted at the next video. The next video was titled Connected, and it started with a red static screen and then the word welcome. Then you went through a sort of red, glitchy tunnel as words flash by. You are now worthy, look into infinity, one of many, one of millions, one to another, one to yours. And then it hits you with the title screen. After the title screen, there is a red screen with VHS font that says Gen 1, which stands for Generation 1, which fades to an image of a wall. On the wall are 5 papers. There is this logo with the word lies written under it and a red X through it. The second paper says do not watch. The third paper says it has all changed. It has changed everything. It will change everything. I will stop it. Do not watch. Paper 4 says this isn't a show. Paper 5 says this isn't for us. And then it flashes to an image of someone in a suit with a blanked out face. These papers are actually arranged in interesting formation, as it flashes to the same wall with those papers, but they're all covered up with missing posters of Rambu's face. They are torn to reveal the word watch. The tape, however, makes the Gen Loss 4, which could just be a little Easter egg. It could mean something. I don't know. I don't fully know how the logo is connected yet. We will definitely be finding that out in the live streams. On those papers are a phone number. I actually called that number. It sent me to a voicemail that gave me the 3-tone sound that's been repeated, and the voice line, "Thank you for calling the Show Fall Missing Persons Hotline. We appreciate your call, but you are unable to help us. Please hang up immediately." Clearly, Rambu's character is the one that's missing, and Showfall is trying to locate Rambu. Unless Showfall's behind it, I don't know. They seem rather sus at the moment. This video also gave us the date, March 3rd, 2023. And then at the very end of the video, it gave us that 3-tone sound again, and the voice line, "We are happy to welcome you to the Showfall Media family. Please join us for a special keynote at May 3rd at your time." Which, at the time, was huge. Then May 3rd rolled around, and we got this interesting video titled Announcement. It started out with that 3-tone sound again, and then some upbeat, elevator-sounding music. You see a man in a white screen talking about Showfall and providing entertainment for family in the world, blah blah blah, typical company stuff. But while he's talking, there is a red screen that flashes by that says, "Hello?" ? The man continues talking about how excited he is to do the live experience and how it's going to be like revolutionary, blah blah blah, and the red screen flashes by again that says, "Where is this signal going?" The man continues talking, saying that viewers can control aspects of the show, and then he starts glitching out a bit, like just his head, and it's really kind of creepy. Then he says that our choices matter, and that the wrong choices could be devastating for the hero, which is the first time the hero has been mentioned. He shows 2 blanked out faces while saying something creepy about how it will be devastating for these people. Whoa. The video quits to a black screen with red text that then says, "Is it working? I don't have much time. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who you are. I already found him," and shows Rambu. "It got everyone but me. I have to save them. I have to stop this." The man then returns and then tells us the dates that the first live streams will be happening. It is May 24th, which is 10 days from when I'm recording this. May 26th, and May 28th. There's more binary code in the description that says, "Let the show begin." So at this point, we now know what is happening and when the live streams are going to be happening, and let me tell you, I'm super hyped. But that's not where the lore drops end, because today, as I was recording notes for this video, I caught the premiere of the most recent one, which is the most action I think we've gotten so far. This video was titled The Hero, and the thumbnail was just Rambo in a red jacket with his face blanked out, and let me tell you, this is where things get real, because now we're starting to get characters. So this video was mostly action, less text, which is different from the previous ones, which had a lot of text and like something talking to us from the beyond or whatever. The hero opens up with an 8-bit character with a red jacket and blinked out face, and it's got like sort of 8-bit music to go with it. Then that music and the image clears and shows Rambo himself in the red jacket with a blinked out face. And then we get some real unsettling footage. We get some grainy footage labeled TSE number 2. And it's Rambo tied up to a chair with a mask with two red stripes on either side. After those images flash by, we get more static footage labeled TSE1. Text flashes up on the screen that says, "You are ready for the show." And the description of the video has binary code that says, "Help him," and it's signed off with H. The description then tells us to play the game. Now, Generation Loss has a website, generationloss.tv, which you can go to now, and you can play this game for yourself. If you would rather me just tell you what it is, here I am to tell you, because I'm going to keep talking. It is an 8-bit game that opens with a man in a red jacket in a room with a couch, a static screen, and a table. You can interact with the static screen, and it takes you outside onto a street, and there is a man with a green shirt with a blanked out face. If you interact with him, it tells you that it is a friend, and he tells you, "You know you can't be out here like this." If you keep on walking to the next screen, you find a man with a blue shirt. It says that he is also a friend, and he says, "You have to be careful around here." If you keep on walking, you find a person wearing a red jacket and a red blanked out face. If you interact with this person, it tells you that they are a stranger, who says, "Hey, I heard a weird noise behind that dumpster, go check it out." If you walk over to the dumpster, you can interact with it, and you can move it to the side. Upon moving it to the side, you can see a red glitchy orb. If you interact with that, it takes you through a very dramatic static sequence. After you go through the static screen, then you return to the game, and everything is glitchy and weird. Characters begin to talk in binary code. The stranger says, "the savior," the blue friend says, "the taken," and the green friend says, "the villain." After talking to the last person, there is a big red button on the sidewalk, which if you interact with, takes you to a static screen, and then the familiar text that says, "You don't know what this is." And that is all the video and lore drops that we have so far. Everything that I've talked about will be listed in the description, and if you go to the Generation Loss website right now, they have the very first of the merch items available right now. It is the Founders t-shirt, or Founders Edition t-shirt. It will be the only one of the gold set. There is going to be, the rest of the merch will be released on May 24th, according to Rambo's Twitter. He has leaked the hoodie so far, and it is going to be very cool. It's like black and red, and it's like a tie-dye. It looks really, really cool. But that will be dropping with the first of the live stream. So if you want to get the Founders Edition gold t-shirt, the time is now. I have already ordered mine. I am very excited. I'm very hyped. With that, I will see you next time for whatever video I make next. Bye!